Hi everyone, my name is Nellie Smirno and thank you for joining me on Good to Know. Today I'm talking about a topic that angers me, terrifies me, and saddens me. And it's a topic of genetically modified foods, often referred to as GMOs. When GMOs were introduced in approximately 1996, the main crops were corn and soy. And not long, very, very long after that, doctors started noticing increases in people coming in because they were having stomach problems, increases in allergies, increases in autoimmune issues, and as well as inflammation. GMO foods were released without much testing at all. It was deemed by whoever the powers at B were, that there was no safety issues. And so there were basically hardly any human studies that were done. In the States, in the FDA, many of the scientists there at the time said that there were many, many red flags and that this had needed more research before it should be released to the public. And not that long ago, 40,000 emails and memos were found stating that many of the scientists had said, wait a minute, more research is needed, and that this information had been hidden. The company, there may be more than one. This fact I didn't recheck. I know Monsanto's involved. There may be more. They're the ones who gifted us with PCBs, DDT, and Agent Orange. And by the way, at the time, we're claiming that they were safe. Now this company is genetically modifying our food and telling us it's safe as well. There's something called BT corn, which is a non-organic corn, very prevalent in the States and I believe in Canada as well. And it's modified to include its own insecticide. So if a bug jumps on the corn and bites it, the bug will die because its stomach will explode. But we eat this corn, right? But we're told, oh, this happens to the bug. It's not going to happen to you, so do not worry. But a lot of people are suffering with stomach problems and leaky gut syndrome. So it's a very interesting thing to look at. Another thing that highly disturbs me is the movie. There's a movie that I'm going to tell you about in a minute, was produced in 2012, and at that time research had already been done on pregnant women who anonymously somehow their blood was tested, and they're Canadian, they're women in Canada, and 92% of them already had glyphosate in their blood. Glyphosate is one of the main chemicals found in Roundup, which is sprayed on all of the genetically modified crops. So 92% of women walking around at the time, which probably means us as well, and their kids, have glyphosate flowing through our veins. I don't know about you, but I find that extremely disturbing. And also I wanted to mention that if you give an animal the choice, some farmers tried this out and some noticed things that happened by fluke. One farmer was saying that he had a bag of genetically modified seeds or corn, I don't exactly remember, and another one that was non-genetically modified. And some rats got in and mice, and they simply went to the non-genetically modified bag and ate some of it. And there were no holes in the genetically modified bag. They just didn't go there. Another farmer said that he was trying it out on his chickens. He put one chicken feeder full of genetically modified food for the chickens and the other one non-genetically modified. And he says the chickens wouldn't eat anything from the genetically modified. They would go over and they would empty the whole container of the non-genetically modified, and they would not go back to eat the other one. So he thought he'd fooled them one day. He refilled them and he switched the place. So one, let's say, was on this side, one was on the other side. He switched them. He says, I'm going to fool them. Well, he didn't fool them. They went to eat, and they only ate out of the one that was not genetically modified. Animals know. Animals know, and they won't touch it unless they're forced to. So if you're starving cows, and that's the only thing you're giving them, they'll eat it. But they will not eat it out of choice. So please, I found 2 links for this movie. It's called Genetic Roulette. One on Vimeo, one on YouTube. I don't know how long they will be there. It's a 6-year-old movie, but it has tremendous amount of information. You can learn so much. Be prepared to be angry. Be prepared to be enraged. And now Jeffrey Smith, who works for who created the Institute for Responsible Technology, and he's a great advocate for us not to eat GMO foods. He's currently going to release a new movie very soon, so we'll have access to that. But in the interim, there's a tremendous amount of information there. So please watch, please inform yourself for your own health and for the health of those you love. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next video.